Come on. It's fast breaks. Listen. We back with another one.
Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game, we don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm to run the fast break, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break, throw me the outlet. We on the break, it's fast break. We on the break, it's fast break. Let's go.
Celebration time.
Yes, sir.
You know the vibe.
It's your boys.
We on the break, it's fast break. Let's go.
My name is Ro. You already know I am your host. That man right there, we call him Coach Paul. That man right there, we call him Alan the man. We missing our brother Dre. Shout out to Dre. We call this little group that brings you your audio adventure every week Fast Breaks Playoff Edition. Paul, get the board like Josh Hart.
And one. Let's go. OG. Yeah.
Special Friday edition. The boys have business to stand on Saturday, but we cannot deprive you of this basketball content, especially not in the alts. There's no days off. You heard?
It's a fact.
So, fellas, let's not waste no time. Let's get right into it. We have some RIPs to hand out. And just to be clear, respectfully, it's not rest in peace. It's rest in postseason. So we want to wish a rest in postseason to the New Orleans Pelicans. Any final takes for the New Orleans Pelicans? I think our first episode together as this ensemble was actually talking about Zion Williamson as the lead topic. So I figured we'd start off this episode talking about their demise. Any last final takes for the New Orleans Pelicans? We don't got to get into a total offseason analysis. We'll do that during the offseason, but just any final words for the New Orleans Pelicans?
I mean, I'll say it was kind of a disappointing postseason for me. Being able to see Zion. I know he got injured again during the play-in, but I was looking forward to see what the Pelicans could do. And I know they went against the number 1 seed, but it was disappointing. I think next year it's not going to be the same team. I think they're going to do some trades, but we get into that.
Paul, anything?
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, who knows? Maybe they win if Zion plays. Honestly.
Had a chance,
not much of a difference maker. So
we chalking up the series loss just purely to health?
Not purely because they played a good team. You know, they played the Thunder. That was a great team, but it would have been much more of a series at least. That could have went to like 6 games. Who knows? That's
right. If we turn to the East,
so much unknown. That's a problem.
Right. If we turn to the East, there's also some series that some might debate were lost due to health. Rest in postseason to the Miami Heat to playoff Jimmy Butler. As much consternation as we had talking about the Celtics and whether they would get it done. Every game they played after that episode, they absolutely took care of business in high fashion and got those boys up out of there in 5. I should mention that the Pelicans were swept. Any final words for the Heat? I think that's more rather obviously a postseason loss to health. Would you agree?
I mean, with all of these, you can't necessarily just chalk it all the way up, but that makes a big difference clearly. So yeah, best player.
Yeah, I would say so too. But at the same time, I do feel like Boston did what they're supposed to do. I respect the Heat and everything, but Boston was just too dominant for them to even lost one game, honestly. But yeah, but I chalked up to health. Jimmy Butler wasn't
Staying on the health wave, any concerns about Porzingis' status going forward? I know we don't know who they're going to be playing yet, so we can't do full predictions, but any concerns about the importance of Porzingis and his health moving forward for the Celtics? Was that a loss even though they won the series?
I would say that I don't know if it's a loss yet because I don't know the extent of his injury, but they said that he's going to be out for at least the first few games. That could give him some problems depending on who they go against because Porzingis is such a big matchup for them. Cavs
or the Magic, I guess.
Maybe, but yeah, I know, but I don't know which one. With the Cavs, that's a lot of size to go against, so they don't have Porzingis.
Right.
That's a big problem with the rebounding. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like Porzingis is a loss either way because you're losing a big portion of your offense with his screens and everything, and just being able to pick and pop. Horford's been playing well, but Horford's the old guy. I don't know how long he could sustain it. So I think either way, it's a pretty big loss for them.
Do the Heat take any consolation in Tyler Hero finally having a healthy postseason and playing the way he did? Is that something that is affirming for them and not making the Dame trade and holding on to Tyler Hero? And maybe if you get Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier back next season, that's something that you look at and go, okay, he's still going to be what we hope for him to be as a playoff player.
I think they're going to make big changes.
Really?
Yeah. Because they're not in the business of consolation prizes and whatnot.
That's true.
Trying to win chips. And there was just so much unknown about that. First of all, they were in the play-in again.
Yes.
And they get out. But when you're in the play-in, that's dangerous territory. So Pat Riley's not going to be pleased with that. I think they're going to make some big changes. We already see the reports from David Aldridge about Jimmy Butler. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So we'll see.
What say Jimmy Butler might leave?
No, he wants a 3-year $150.
Ooh.
Coming off an injured postseason year.
Yeah, another injured postseason.
Another, yeah.
Apparently, the Heat culture isn't as connected as people think because they're saying Jimmy Butler likes to do things his way, and Pat Riley likes to do things his way. So
that sounds familiar. I feel like there was another superstar that had a similar conflict with Pat, but maybe that's a topic for another day. Do the Heat need to construct a roster that actually competes in the regular season moving forward?
They need to put Bam at the 4 and get a 5.
Let's not get too deep into it. We can do that in off season, but I'm just thinking coming off this, I'm building off your playing point. Do they need to change their approach in that way? Do they need to?
I think so.
Because maybe if they don't play the Celtics, is there what if they are in the 4-5 and they get Cleveland or Orlando in a first round matchup? Can they limp? Could they have potentially limped through that to get a Jimmy back?
I mean, I think they should have changed their approach because it's only going to work so many times that you are not. I don't want to say not trying the regular season, but
they're not trying.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
They're not trying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to put it, but they clearly do not give us much effort in the regular season. They've definitely rested him in the regular season. He's not injured all those games.
He also, you could just look at shot attempts. He just does not care to take over games in the regular season for the most part. And then his shot attempts go up to 15-20 in the playoffs. So they clearly make a clear shift in how they play based on regular season versus playoffs.
But the thing is, though, is I remember in the bubble, Jimmy Butler had some games where he shot like under 10 shots in the finals. So it's not. I remember specifically thinking, why isn't Jimmy Butler trying to go off? There were a few games. It was a few games. It wasn't every game. It was a few games. So I think it's a Jimmy Butler thing. Like he. Okay, first of all, there is some credence to saying you want your role players to get going by the time you get to the finals or the playoffs, right? And then there's another philosophy where if you're hot and you're the best player, you chuck a little bit because you're good, right? And you're hot, so you're probably gonna make a lot of your shots. But I just don't think that they're not trying. I don't think that's what it is. I think they don't have consistent shooters. I think that's what it is. The past 2 years.
That could be a thing too.
You said what?
I said that could be a thing too. But when I look at them in the regular season, I don't think they do much better. And they all pretty much say everything except that, like, we're not trying. Because even their quotes that be saying, like, Jim Butler's like, I don't care, like, I'm a postseason player. Like, that's when our season starts, etc. He said like quotes like kind of like alluding to it. And I feel like if that's your mentality, like you can't just go out throughout the year and then turn it on in April. You know what I mean? Like that's a tough thing to do.
Just to clarify, Paul, he shot a minimum of 12 shots in every game in the finals, except for the last game where he went 5 of 10.
I think 12 for the go-to player is low.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
It's not under 10 though. Like
okay,
that's
it's close. It's like
it was like 12, 13, 17, 20, 17, 10.
But I know what Paul's talking about. Crazy, though. I know what Paul's talking about, but I remember watching those finals, and it felt like he was just trying to play make and get like you said, Paul, get his players going. When it's the regular season, it don't feel like that's what they're doing. It feels like they're
yes.
Going, you know what I mean?
He's not a primary ball handler at all in the regular season, and he becomes their primary ball handler in the playoffs.
In those finals games that you're talking about where he didn't take those shots, I remember specifically he was like just trying to like pass and get him going and like trying to be like a
his usage rate goes way up. Way up.
Yeah, true.
So,
all right.
I don't think that you're doing that.
Agreed. Con man. He's a con man. He's tricking y'all, a wise man once said. Rest in postseason to the Bucks, potentially. I don't know if even potentially, probably because of the first round exit. Well, we can debate this for the team I go to next, but a contender, I'll say, for the most. A contender, I'll say, for the most disappointing team this postseason. The Bucks go down in the 3-6 matchup to the Pacers. It's an upset that I feel like a lot of people aren't surprised about, even considering the injuries. Like I feel like a lot of people gave the Pacers a good shot, even if the Bucks were healthy. Yeah. And then the Bucks weren't healthy, and then it was like, oh, they're definitely losing.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
like they're definitely getting up out of here. Dame got him a game. Chris Middleton got him a game. So they lose in 6. But how do we feel about the Pacers getting the Bucks up out of here?
Listen, man. Like you said, like people are giving the Bucks a fair shot anyway, because the Bucks has not been the Bucks, especially since like they fired their last coach, with Doc Rivers.
Yep.
I feel like the Bucks, they were never going to win this year. I feel like since they got Damian Lillard, they've been operating with like a window, and like this year was not the year. The window is still open. Every year under their belt now, but this year was just not their year. All year long, Damian Lillard alluded to he's been going through like problems this season, like personal life problems through the season. You could see people like the reports Stephen A said that like Damian Lillard does not look like himself out there. He looks like unhappy. So I don't think this year was ever the year for them. They got a year under their belt. Dr. Rivers gonna get Dr. Rivers about to have a fresh training camp with them.
Oh, he is?
It is what it is. He's not getting fired. They can't fire him, bro. They're
won't?
stuck with him.
They look
They're
crazy.
stuck with him.
Sure. How
They
long
look
is
crazy,
he
bro.
gripping it?
They
How long
look
are they
crazy if they fire Doc Rivers.
No, but
They look insane.
If they fire Doc Rivers at this point, they're paying 3 separate coaches, and then there's gonna be a fourth. They're gonna pay a fourth coach.
That's insane. That's
They're trying to
insane.
with chips. Do they care?
That's
a
just
good
poor
point.
money management.
Yes, it is.
Remember back to our conversation. There's an owner there that I don't think likes to go into luxury tax. He's not about to sign off on 4 checks
That's
under
crazy.
head coach in his budget. He's not about to do that.
It's nuts. But they shouldn't have hired Doc Rivers. So happens. But yeah, but congratulations.
Like he probably was already pissed that he's paying a third. Like he just hired a coach, and like when they probably brought it to him, like actually we need to fire him. He was like, "Are you dead ass?" And what contract do you want to offer him? Excuse me.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that's their guy for now. They cannot get rid of him yet.
You notice how everybody calling him Glenn now?
Oh nah. I have not heard that. That's crazy.
I hear
Not
everybody.
Glenn.
Listen, I'm hearing a lot of analysts and pro players call that man Glenn. People coming out the woodworks.
Not in front of Austin though.
He lost a
not
lot.
Not in front of Austin, no.
Yeah.
He lost.
Yo,
a lot
he
of
be
respect
riding
this
for
year,
his mans on ESPN. I gotta
He got
respect
to.
that.
That's
He don't even be scheduled to appear on a day. But if someone talk crazy and chat about Doc, he be calling ESPN. Yo, let me pop up on NBA today.
Yeah.
They give him the whole ISO camera. They say, "What? Get it off your chest, Austin."
That's his boss, man. He got you.
I love that, bro.
One more thing. Patrick Beverly might be done. He's
From
He's
the
cooked.
league.
What do you mean? Oh, might be. He's cooked. He got banned for life.
That's from ESPN. I'm saying from the league. I don't know. Like who's on from a contract now?
I'll get
All
banned
this
from
coming
the
with you.
league, but like someone gonna
Not
pick
bad,
him
bro.
up.
You
Bro.
think so?
He's still a valuable player.
No, he's not.
Man,
But there's a bunch of
Somebody's gonna look at him and be
think
like,
about
yeah,
every team he's been on and why he got signed, and think about if there are any teams left that need to do a move like that. I'll name you the teams. Hold on, let me pull up all the NBA teams. I'll tell you one right now: the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets would do it. The Brooklyn Nets signing him is exactly the same thing as when the Bulls signed him last year.
The Bulls signed him.
The Philadelphia
Hometown
signing him
hero.
was the same thing as Minnesota signing him. The Bucks signing him was the same thing as Lakers signing him. Who might still sign him? Detroit, definitely. Orlando, 100%. Charlotte, yes.
I'm telling you, Orlando, he could help.
Atlanta, yes.
And
The Pelicans would
I
not
really-
do it.
I don't
The
know if
Spurs
any
would
of
not
these
do
teams
it.
do
The Kings would not do it. The Suns, 100%. The Suns.
Suns-
I'm actually putting money that the Suns signed
The
Pat
Suns.
Bev.
I can see the Suns. Yeah,
The Sun, that's such a move for like that
Yeah.
kind of team and that moment. Like, let's go get us a Pat Bev. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I actually want to go. I want to
they said we
download
need a point guard?
DraftKings right now.
They said we need a point guard.
Yo. Oh my! I want to take
Get
the
outta
over
here.
on whoever for Phoenix Suns to sign Pat Bev in the offseason, bro. Utah and Toronto, all teams I would not put it past. I mean, if Golden State's gonna keep getting Steph ops over the offseason, Golden State.
I could see it.
You know what I'm
naming
saying?
some teams. That means you got some.
I'll
value.
believe Pat Bev has a job until he's literally played on all 32 teams. Because he's because what did Dodd say? Master manipulator.
The last thing on Pat Bev, go watch what Nick Wright said about him today. Oh my god, Ethan.
Man, I'm never gonna plug to go watch Nick Wright say anything.
Listen, I hate Nick Wright with a passion too, but my homie put me onto that, and I just thought that was a funny clip. He eated that man for no reason.
He did it on X as well. But yeah, enough about Pat Bev. Another rest in peace postseason. The other contender for most disappointing team in the postseason this year, the Phoenix Suns. How do we feel about the Phoenix Suns getting absolutely vacuumed
I'm not surprised.
by the Timberwolves? Go ahead, Paul. Clear out. This is the one of two clear outs for Paul this evening, ladies and gentlemen,
Listen,
and days. Clear out.
listen. The age of getting a bunch of superstars and putting them together are over. You need to build a team. And I know KD's older, and he don't want to build. He really can't afford to build. But that's still the way you win in the NBA. You build a team. You build a core. You build a core. Everybody else, you get some free agents here and there, but you build your core, right? Or if you're gonna get a free agent, you build around the free agent, right? That's what you do. That team was doomed from the beginning. I never believed in them. I knew they weren't gonna go anywhere. They don't have a point guard. They don't play defense. They have Nurkic in the paint.
They're small.
Right, they're small. They have Nurkic in the paint, who's a good offensive center, but you don't need more offense when you got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. The Suns,
Breaks.
Matt Ishbia, clout chased. KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, they clout chased. And now, in clout chasing is not going to get you to the finals or even the conference finals. Now you're getting swept in the first round. You need to play ball. This is a different game. Listen, Carmelo said it. I think Stephon Marbury, a lot of players, these young boys are not playing with you. If you get a good young talent and surround them with other talents that complement them and build a team, that's the next thing too. These teams that they build, those players could be coached because they're still trying to make their name. So they're trying to listen to somebody that's been in the league, that has more experience than them, that could guide them in the right direction. These free agents that's been playing 10 years but that can come together, they coach themselves for the most part. That's not going to work either.
But let me ask you this, because this is something that is disappointing to me, but it's also scary for me, and that's why I'm hesitant to fully embrace and crown these young boys, because you mentioned like the young boys ain't playing and they're hungry and they want to get it. 4 years ago, Devin Booker was Ant Edwards.
True.
Right? Like 4 years ago,
like
4 years ago, Devin Booker was the Kobe comparison of the generation. 4 years ago, Devin Booker was the guy that seemed to turn around a destitute franchise basically by himself, by just killing and not being afraid and having attitude while doing it under the tutelage of a veteran point guard. And we see how quickly that can be thrown to waste. You end up in a finals and you feel like, okay, Devin Booker's about to be the premier two guard in the league moving forward. He's going to be fighting for it. And first round exit. Right? Like, so I say that one to say, like, speak to me, the two of you, on like the disappointment of how Kevin Durant's presence has affected Devin Booker's trajectory as one of those young, talented players, and maybe how we look at Devin Booker now following the season. And speak to me about whether that makes you worried about embracing the ants of the league and the jaws of the league right now. Put off court stuff aside. But like, I think that's why I think it's funny that the two of them played, because it's like it's mirrored almost, right? Like, what if the Timberwolves go sign like I don't know what if James Harden tries to force himself to the Timberwolves?
He better not. He better not. KD better not.
Let's not act like he won't.
Or like a DeMar DeRozan, or like, what I mean? Like, what if they do that thinking Ant's ready right now? Let's try to maximize. And then, like, should we be? I think we all know how we feel about KD coming out of this series, not because of the series, but just like the disappointment and attributing that with KD on this team. How do we feel about Devin Booker? Because I'll be honest, I feel kind of bad. Like
Yeah,
you find a road dog. Chris Paul has them boys in the finals, right? Now you flame out the next year versus the Mavericks. Absolutely flame out. But a lot of that it wasn't on the two of them. A lot of that was on DeAndre Ayton.
Yep.
Like that really seemed like the only problem they had was needing a better center and some offense to make up for when you lose him. Instead, he hamstrings you into having to re-sign him and match a ridiculous contract. And then you go and get KD and trade all your defense to get him.
Yep.
And then you don't even look that bad for a first year together. Like you push a team pretty well that ended up being the eventual champions. And then you blow that up. Tell Devin Booker, who's been watching Kobe Bryant YouTube his whole life, you have to be a point guard now. And our primary on-ball defender, basically. Like, how do we feel about Devin? Like, KD's legacy is whatever. Devin Booker is the one who's a year or two from entering his prime. Like, if you're Devin Booker, he's already said, I want to be a Sun forever. But, like, where's your mindset if you're Devin Booker in this situation? Like,
I think you still. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree with you, Pharaoh. I feel bad for him because I feel like he's still in that ant phase that you just talked about, where he wants to kill everything. He still got that dog in him. But like, I feel like up to this point, the Suns have been like doing him disservice for his entire career. When I think about his whole career, I feel like that organization has not been the best to him. And I feel like it finally got to a point where everything was good. It all started when when they were in that bubble, that team had a good coach and they were looking like they're going to be like the next rising up stars. Yeah. And in that offseason, they got Chris Paul, and then they became like one of the best teams in the West. And I feel like they were good. And they went to the finals. They went to the finals after that and had a very good team. Defense, well-rounded team, deep team with McHale and them and Chris Paul. And then they traded
Cam Johnson.
And then they traded for KD. The KD trade, you could look at it both ways, but they went and got him like another superstar. You can't be mad at that. You got him as a superstar. It's KD. You can be.
I think you can, because to Paul's point, they had a young core with talent.
Yes.
Like they could have changed Ayton out. They could have changed some other things out. But I think if they had looked at Devin Booker, Cam Johnson, and Mikal Bridges as a young core.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that was the best iteration of them. But like I'm not going to put too much on them for going out and get a superstar like KD. But then when they did the Brill trade and threw everything up, that was terrible to me. That was just like Paul said, clout chasing. Yeah. But when you look at Devin Booker's whole career, how that team started, it's been such a disservice. In the first iteration of the pod, I know Paul usually tease me about it, but when I say Devin Booker was playing meaningless basketball, y'all could look at the tapes too. What I was talking about is that the Suns would be out of playoff contention by like January, and now they're just playing games. That's telling as talented as Devin Booker, like that's terrible, bro. Like that, I feel bad for him at this point. It's like Pharaoh said, because he had like 5 coaches in like his first 5 seasons of the league. Yeah, it was never no continuity. It was just always this word around mess, and then the Robert Sarver thing happened, and it's just been a terrible like franchise, and I don't even know what to make of it now at this point. And now there's no getting better at that franchise now. You gotta trade someone. It's gonna be another blow. There's the only way
or pay crazy luxury tax. That's what I took from like when Matt Ishbia was on that podium. Mm-hmm. I was like, brother, if you chatting like that, brother, you better open up your checkbook, bro, and go into the luxury tax.
Oh, the checkbook is open. They
like, don't. I know, but like, go crazy then.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna talk like that, you can't talk like that and not go crazy. Like, but Paul, what do you think?
No, listen
about Devin Booker specifically.
I mean, Devin Booker, he'll be all right. Because no, think about it. Like you said, honestly, he's going into his prime, right? Yeah. He's still not that old, right? I
Well,
think
yes.
in like 2-3 years, that's when you're like, all right, has this man's career been compromised by poor management by the
But
team?
see,
He
now,
said,
I think you can realize that at this stage of a career, right?
Mhm.
Because like I feel like if you are
Yeah.
gonna be a championship playing player, you you are contending as you enter your prime. Think about Steph, right? Like
he went to the finals.
think about Braun, right? Like they start winning at 27, but it takes you time for a team to get good enough to start winning. So if Devin Booker at what, maybe 25 is now heading in the opposite direction, he's nowhere near being a
He might be older than
contender by 27, right?
Well,
So like,
I
and
say this.
then at 27, it's the oh, he needs to think about winning, and then you go somewhere
He is
and
27, by
start.
the way.
He's 27 right now. So like
He's
literally,
27.
so that first finals run, that was the runway for him into his prime, right? I was 25 and I make my first finals. Same thing with Jason Tatum the year after, right? I'm 24, 25, and I make my first finals. That's supposed to be the runway into contending through your prime. Now he's 27, going the opposite direction. So either you leave and try to build it again, or stick around, and that's happening for your 28, 29, 30. Now all of a sudden, you're DeMar DeRozan.
Talk.
You're a 30-year-old
DeMar DeRozan.
superstar. No shade, but like you're a 30-year-old superstar praying you can hang on long enough and land somewhere to get it done. And I think we never talk about like when the mess up happens by an organization for that kind of player, right?
Wait a second.
Like Celtics, they made that finals trip. 1 year didn't work. Big trade. Let's get it. Jason Tatum's about to be 27.
Right.
He's about to contend. It has to happen now.
Here's the
Right?
problem.
Like
Without blowing up the court.
without
here's
blowing up the court.
All right.
This is the version. We have to have him try to win with this version of the team right now because he's about to enter his prime.
But here's the problem, right? You brought up the Celtics. Jason Tatum has been blessed for his whole career. He's an anomaly. No, he's an anomaly.
No, but take that away. I'm saying at 25, they were in the same exact position.
Wait, I'm going somewhere, right?
Okay, go
He's
ahead.
been blessed, right? That's Jason Tatum. You go to DeMar DeRozan. Let's talk about DeMar DeRozan.
Sure.
DeMar DeRozan was on a contending team for a minute on the Raptors. The only reason we say he wasn't contending is because he ran into LeBron James.
I mean, they did go to a bunch of conference finals, so I'll give you that.
You
I
see
mean,
what I'm
actually,
saying?
I don't know. I think they only went to one.
But my point is, everybody doesn't win the chip. Usually, in the history of the NBA, it's a certain team that wins multiple times. This is a very rare time in the NBA where you have one team win, and then the next season, the next team wins, and then a different team every year, and there's all this parity. That's very rare in NBA history, right? Even go back to the 50s, it was Bill Russell and then the Lakers running things, right? So my point is, all we could do, if I'm a GM, all I could do is put my team. Okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. If I'm a GM, all I could do is put my franchise player in the position to compete at the highest level. Now, whether they do or not, if I do my job, it's up to the coaching and the players themselves to deliver. If they can't deliver, sometimes it's because they're dropping the ball somewhere, or sometimes they're just not good enough. And you can't get good enough because there's players that are better than my franchise player.
But all right, so I agree with everything you say. That's why I'm not gonna put every young superstar in the category I'm talking about. I'm talking about the young superstars that literally almost got it done, right? So like Devin Booker, I know, but what I'm saying is, it's one thing if you reach a conference finals and run into a Titan, or you're getting out in the second round every year like Joel Embiid, right? Like Joel Embiid, it makes sense they keep switching it up because there's still a big hump to get over.
Yeah.
Right. Like we haven't figured out anything that's even come close to working.
Yeah.
Right. But when you get a young superstar that close, right before they enter their prime, conventional wisdom would tell you double down on this
Yeah,
and make it better around the edges.
they made a mistake. They made a mistake in trading Chris Paul. If they had Chris Paul instead of Bradley Beal this year,
I think the mistake was the KD. Allen, as much as KD is great, for what I'm saying, you got this unit to the finals with all your best players -1 in their early to mid 20s. The Cam Johnson and Milk Bridges aren't even sniffing their prime, and Devin Booker is on the precipice of his. Like, think about if the Warriors in, let's say, like 2014 or 2015 decided to trade Clay and Draymond for like who's an aging star in who was an aging star in like 2014?
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, for like Paul Pierce. Like, it's over. It's like it done. Warriors dynasty never happens.
You can't look at KD like an aging star though, although he is an aging star because
But he is. Yep. Okay, maybe not Paul Pierce because in 14-15 we're not thinking of potent, but like think of an all-star caliber player who was in their 30s in 2014. I'll look up the 2014 All-Stars.
Westbrook or something. But
he's not in his 30s. He's not in his 30s.
In most of those guys in their 30s, in their early 30s, were still in their prime though.
Hold on. Dirk.
Nah, he wasn't productive though in 2014.
Yeah, he was.
2014?
He was still putting in some work.
He must have been.
He didn't retire until 20 like what, 16?
I think so.
Maybe 17, honestly. I think maybe 17.
He started to fall off. Yeah, it wasn't the same year as Kobe.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He played a little longer. Joe Johnson.
I like that. I like that. That's a good name.
Imagine they trade after 2014 Clay and Draymond for Joe Johnson.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like terrible. Now I get it. KD's one of the best ever. One of the best ever. But I bet you if Minnesota was like Jaden McDaniels and like Cat for KD, they would be like, no. Like, why would we do that?
That's easy to say because you beat that guy.
No, but that tells me that they wouldn't have done that. Right? That's why I think this series was so interesting. Like, it's a reflection of that. And I hope Minnesota stays true to that. Like, if Ant messes around and goes to the finals this year, like, double down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to bring up that point because I think it's so interesting watching Book and Ant, because it's like two things are so interesting in this league. Like the way an organization handles when you have a shot and a young superstar. Like if you panic and try to go all in too fast, versus when you have confidence and security, like a Celtics, when you're like, it's okay that he didn't get it done when he was 25. Like the fact that he got to the finals when he was 25 means we're doing something right and we're going to do it eventually. And that's all that I hear like Tatum and Brown talk about when they were in the offseason, when there was all the rumors like break them up. And this is what I always tell you about trying to break them up. It's like, no, they're going to get it done eventually. Breaking them up would be the worst possible thing. Like keep them young boys together so that they enter their prime together and start getting it done. Don't give up on it because they didn't win a chip at 24 years old. The fact they even had a shot to win a chip at 24 means the Celtics are in a phenomenal position.
Let me be clear though. I never said the Celtics should trade one of them. I'm saying if I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm like,
at least win first. After they win, I might feel you. Like Jaylen Brown goes,
they're gonna win anything.
No, but I'm just saying like that makes but that's the Kyrie mistake, right? Like he made that kind of call and he already won one. Mm-hmm. Like imagine making that call when they lost in 15.
But who's to say?
Matter of fact, I think I could do this by myself. What? Like what?
All right, right. But who's to say Kyrie couldn't sleep at night if he didn't even try?
Yeah, but if he had did that, he wouldn't have the one he has now.
Wait, are you talking about?
I'm saying
but
when they
you say
lost
he
it,
left.
when they lost in 15, right? When they lost
Yeah.
it, imagine after that, Kyrie was just like, I don't think this pairing works, and I know he's not gonna leave. I think I can do this by myself. Let me go get my own team. Like,
I think he would have did it anyway, even if they didn't.
no, but it made more sense once you even know whether you could be a part of winning.
He was
Like, let me at least win one with someone first before I think I could do it.
I mean,
If I have the
that's
shot, right? Like, if I have the chance to win, like, why not try to get it first before I start thinking about what I could do by myself?
I mean, they tried.
And they're still trying. He's 25.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
He's only
He's 25. They're still trying. Like, but yeah, we can end it there. But I just think it's so interesting, like what a team that has a real shot with a young superstar does in that moment, how they react to that, but also league-wise, how quickly the narrative and star power of a young star can flip before you get staying power.
Yeah,
because they were calling Devin Booker the new Kobe.
yes,
For
they
2
were.
years. He
Yep.
was in all the Kobe food commercials and everything. Got this cosign from Vanessa. Mwah. And just like that, in a season, Ant is now the man of the lineage.
That's
Baby
crazy.
Jordan.
That's why this league is like you can't,
Just like
so
that.
fast.
Just like
He go by
that.
so fast.
you
We don't
can't-
even
you can't
talk about
sleep.
him. We don't even know if he's going to be. We think he probably is what, third team? Probably.
Who, Edwards?
Booker.
Oh, I don't even know about that.
We don't even know, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're talking about he might lose his starting spot in the Olympics. The
Yeah,
man has
I
been to a
heard
finals.
about that.
He averaged 27 points this year and has been to a finals. And they're saying Ant just stole his Olympic starting spot from him at 22 years old.
Yeah, they try to give they're gifting the league to Edwards, man.
Yeah.
So those two things are fascinating to me how that works. Like fascinating. Moving on to finish out what we're covering. There's 2 more rest and postseasons to do. Paul, do you want to go first or do you want me?
New York! Come on, man. They said if we play the Pacers would beat us in 5.
Who said that?
Everybody on TNT
I said that.
during the play-in?
In 5?
I said 6 though. I said 6.
Oh, you said that too?
I said 6.
Okay.
In the first round.
Yeah.
Now the way they're rolling, I feel differently. But in the first round, I felt that way.
We've been rolling like this since like
Stop it. Josh Hart was
February.
not playing like this. See, this
Yes,
is
he
don't-
was.
Don't do this. The
Yes, he
man
was.
made 7 threes. Shut up. He was not playing like this.
every time he was
Oh
forced
my
to shoot,
God.
he
Oh my
shoots
God.
efficiently.
Yo, this is why I can't. I was ready to give you. I was ready really to shut up and give y'all love this pod and not say a word. I swear I was.
I don't want it. We don't
on my
want it.
mother.
We don't want it.
On my mother, I was
We
gonna
don't want it.
give credit where
Keep
credit was
that
due.
same energy.
Now you
We
gonna
don't
talk about
want it.
he was rolling like this all season. Shut up.
But we were though.
Shut up.
We number
Oh
2
my
for a reason.
God.
Not all
Oh my
season,
God.
but like the last like 3-4 months. Yes, absolutely. Why do you think I said we're going to the finals? I said that before the playoffs started. Come on, man. Listen, we're going to the finals.
Keep going.
We're beating the Pacers in 5. Joel Embiid.
Aye.
I'm not gonna lie.
Go, let's
Yeah.
not do predictions. We'll do series predictions next episode. Let's just
Okay, all right.
clear
But
up what's left of the
Joel,
first round.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel bad for him.
Of course.
Man,
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him because
Buddy Healed. Nick
But-
Nurse, what are you doing?
I'm so confused by that.
I don't
I'm so
blame him.
confused.
I don't blame him for that though. You saw how he was playing before that game.
Bro, but you know how
regular
stupid you look
season.
when you throw him in there just to see and he goes crazy. Like,
He
dude,
could've-
like as
he
a
could've-
coach, that's your worst nightmare.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. He couldn't be any worse than Tobias Harris, bro. He couldn't
No,
be
but-
any worse than Tobias Harris.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Tobias Harris is out here playing 38 minutes and Buddy Hill comes in for 20
could've been
minutes
no
and
worse.
goes crazy. like
Listen,
I'm not gonna lie, like I have some love for my high school coach, but on God, every time I came in the game off the bench when I was a sophomore and junior, I was actively trying to make him look stupid. I was actively trying to make it so that people would come up to him after the game and be like, "Yo, why aren't you starting the young boy?" Like that was my goal in life at the time. At 15, 16, my goal was to have people looking at my coach like he was insane and asking him questions like, "Yo, what's really good, bro? Like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing?" So I know I seen the look in Buddy's eye when he shot that first three as soon as his fingertips touched the ball, bro.
When I saw, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw him come in, I was scared because I'm like,
I know you were. I know
hungry.
you were.
He's
I
hungry.
set up. Like I was sitting back watching the game, showing like this is whatever. Like the Knicks about to get him out of here. Good to them. Buddy Hill came in and shot that first one. I said, "Ooh, hold on." I said, "Ooh, hold on."
And then this man OG kept leaving him open.
I'm
I'm like, oh my gosh. But I'll probably Tim telling him to do that too. So whatever.
Sure.
But listen, Buddy Hill, you saved your career.
Oh, I'll take him. I'll take him right now.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Take him right now.
You see what I'm saying? You saved your career. Tyrese Maxey. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I take it back what I said about Halliburton should have got most improved. I take that back.
But I don't know though because Tyrese.
No, I take it back. I take
See,
it.
That's
back.
not fair. That's a regular
I
season
take it
award.
back.
That's a regular season award. Don't do
Take
that.
it back. I take it back. I don't care. First round matters. The awards do not get awarded to the second round, so I don't care. My opinion
That's
can
a
get
new
affected
thing,
by
bro.
the
I don't
first
like
round.
that. I don't like
But they already get voted on though.
They are, but in my mind, in my mind, it could be affected.
Oh my god. Well, now that man is a problem. Oh my god. He was looking like Curry. With athleticism.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, that man. He had me. Well, first of all, he won game 5. First of all. So, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I'm very curious about what the Sixers do. I really have no clue what, because Joel, I thought Joel, no, but see, here's the thing though, right? Okay, shout out to Blue Hat, right? Because he said something.
Oh my god.
No, he said something. I don't know if I agree. I don't know if I agree because of the health issues that this man was going through. But last year, when they had James Harden in a game 7, they quit. For the first time, and it's ironic because for the first time in a minute, Joel was healthy in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So to quit when you're healthy, following Harden, I looked at him crazy.
But you know why though? That tells me, like, I think one thing we've always known about Joel is Joel can't fake it. Like he wears his feelings and his disposition right on his face at all times. You know, how many superstars have we ever seen nasty, ugly crying right after a game in front of the world?
Yeah, that was
like they almost to a like the closest we ever saw. The only other one I can remember in my mind was Chris Bosh after 2010 in that hallway. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. He was crying like his brother got shot. Like he like Ricky didn't make it.
He fell down to his knees, didn't he?
Bro, he was walking through the tunnel like, dog. Like the most we'll
everybody
see
knows it though.
The most we'll see is like a well up. Like D Wade welled up that year. KD welled up and hugged his mom, and you know he was crying in that shoulder. But you know how you cry in the shoulder and then wipe it before you get up. I seen Kobe like sniffle in a post game interview in 2003. But like Joel, like it hit him, and he had zero like emotional regulation. Like that shot went in, he paused for a second, realized what had just happened, and immediate stank face.
Yep.
Like, so for me, I don't even necessarily like it's a quit, but like I think it was like I know we not about to win.
Facts.
Oh, save that.
But
Like he looked at Harden and he looked at Doc Rivers and he looked at the roster and he's like it don't matter what I do. Like
in Game 7,
we're not gonna win. But I think that's how he truly felt. I don't think it was like a not care. I think it was truly like we're not going to beat this team. Like
that's corny. Game 7, that's corny.
But I'm saying, what I'm saying is, I think he played hard, but I think like his heart was not in it, and he can't fake that. Like he's not one of those players that can like you could just see it on him like throughout the game. He was just like, I'm gonna play, but like I'm clearly playing without a belief that we can win.
That's corny though. You're in Game 7. You're in Game 7.
What's corny about it though? What's corny? What's corny about it? But what if you know it won't matter?
You can't tell me that it won't matter.
No, Paul, be real. Like
I am.
There's only 3 people in the history of basketball ever that should even really rationally believe that it does not matter who is out here on this court. The other 9 guys, I can possibly win this game. Joel Embiid is. We can't hold him to the standard of thinking that. We can't.
Wait, Joel.
We can't. We can't.
Talent wise,
we can't. I'm saying there's 3 players ever who should be allowed to think that way. That it doesn't matter at all who's on the court with me at all.
I believe if you're in a Game 7, you got one shot, one game.
Bro, Paul, what's your favorite thing to say in 2K? Saboteurs.
Come on.
When you know you got, no, I'm being dead ass. When you know you have saboteurs on your team, bro, it's so hard to play invested, bro. Like it's not gonna matter. Like it's not.
But you got to Game 7 like that, so I'm not hearing that. You proved that you could win, you could beat them in a game without getting 50.
It sounds
for one
nice.
game, go get 50.
It sounds nice.
He did it against us with Bell's palsy and half a leg.
But you know why? He believes in Tyrese Maxey.
He was there last year.
But he wasn't empowered.
But James Harden was there too.
James Harden had 2 games too.
Oh my god. That would piss me off more. That would piss me off more. I don't even know what James I'm getting tonight in this Game 7.
Hold on, wait a second. No.
I don't even imagine walking to a Game 7. Your next best player. I don't know. I have no idea who's about to show up.
That's not Joel's mentality because what did he say after me and James?
That's because he didn't want to say just me.
Man, get out of here, man.
On everything I love, I promise you, he wanted to say, I need help. His whole face said, I need help.
Well, getting back to my point, though, last year he had more help than he did this year.
What? Wait, why do you say that?
He had Harden.
This roster is no. See, you're going off names. This team is 10 times better than the team last year.
I never said. I agree.
So how did he have more help?
Because he had more talent.
But that's not more help if it's a bad team.
But what did James Harden say? Me and James can't do it alone. He's thinking talent.
Meaning he needed more help.
Talent. He's thinking talent.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you have James, if 3 through 12 suck,
man, he sucks.
I'll sacrifice my 2 being a little less good if 3 through 7 are very good.
But
that's
was
more
that
help.
This year? Was that really the case?
100%.
Yeah,
1,000%.
1,000%. Tyrese took the place of Harden.
See, we're not gonna do that to Kelly Oubre. We're not gonna do that to Kelly Oubre. We're not gonna do that to Paul Reed. We're not gonna do that to Nick Batum.
Paul Reed was nice last year too. I remember Paul Reed.
No.
I remember Paul Reed. Paul Reed.
He was playing behind Montrez.
Not last year. I think that was the year
Yes,
before.
he was. Oh, yes, he was. He was playing behind Montrez.
Last year?
Yes.
922?
Yes. He was playing behind Montrez. Kyle Lowry, Oubre, Buddy in the regular season, campaign, Nick Batum, Paul Reed. This 3 through 7 is way better. Way better.
True. I guess so.
And I think we saw that in his. I think if this was last year, he wouldn't even come back with the same injury. That's how much I
He
believe.
might not should have. Maybe he should.
No, because meniscus
Yeah.
you can't make worse. Really, I mean, you can't make that tear worse because it's cut out,
Yeah.
so it's gone.
Yeah.
The only risk is like tearing another part of your meniscus, but you always risk that. Period. So like, unless they sewed it, but if they sewed it, he literally wouldn't have been able to come back. So the fact that he came back means they clipped it, which means the tear is gone. So you literally can't get worse. You only get better. But I think if this were last year and he had the same injury, I think on everything I love, he wouldn't have come back.
This is what I say though. All right, this is why I brought up Blue Hat. He said in Game 5, Joel did everything in his power to try and lose the game. Now, in my opinion, I think he was exhausted. And somebody said this to me recently. The reason he was turning the ball over so much is because of the Bell's palsy.
Yeah,
Like,
you couldn't see.
Like he wasn't blinking, so his eyes getting cloudy and all of that. So, which makes sense. So I don't know. Like, do you guys think that it was injuries why he was playing so well, or was he giving up like he was last year? Because I think last year you gave up. I don't excuse him.
I don't see. I know what Blue Hat was trying to say, but I don't think he like. I think it's just what you were saying. Like I think he was. I thought Joel Embiid for a comeback from injury was playing extremely hard and with a lot of heart and trying to do as much as he could and trying to literally just help Tyrese.
This was impressive what I saw from him this year.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I can't say that he quit when I can see the difference in what it was. Yeah. Like he literally just, but like, and I think it's the same thing back with Ben. Like
450.
Ben,
right? Ben. Yeah, Ben I could tell he knew. No, I could tell. I could tell he knew while playing with Ben. Like I can't get it done with this guy. Like this is not a dog riding with me. Because think about it's the same thing, right? Think about how he played when he had Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yes, good point.
Yeah.
When he had Jimmy, Joel looked a certain kind of way. Jimmy left, and it was just him and Ben. Looked very different.
Yeah.
Then when it was James Harden, looked very different. James Harden gone. Tyrese Maxey emerges. Look at how he plays. Now you could say that's a character flaw, but I just feel like that's just authentic. Like he just knows what it is. And when he's like, I'm with a dog, I really have a shot. He plays like he knows that. And when he doesn't, he plays like he knows that.
That's fair. The last year, you gave 7. I don't care. Go get 50.
I give you that. You got it on that one. I have empathy for that. Like I get like it takes a lot to like
throughout the season, yes, but
it takes a lot. No, especially in the big moments, it takes a lot to go out there and give everything you got, knowing for a fact it's not gonna matter.
Can't hear that in the Game 7, but go with
7.
I
respect that. Should I give my eulogy? And let the choir sing. Everyone bow your heads.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Wow. Shout out to David.
And let the choir sing.
Oh, you want the choir to sing?
Yeah, let the choir sing. Bow your heads.
The choir can't sing today.
The choir was singing earlier by mistake.
Really?
I heard the choir.
Yeah, well, we can't sing now.
Off the phone?
Hold on. All right. That's a fact. Say what you got to say. say what you got to do. This is a horrible perception.
I'll just give an intro to the eulogy. We gather here today to give our respects to the 2023-2024.
How do I say goodbye?
Los Angeles Lakers squad. Can I hear someone say "Take your time"?
The good time.
Take your time.
Someone tell me I can take my time. 76 games played by Anthony Davis.
I thought we get
60 plus games played by LeBron James. D'Angelo Russell is the number 1 all-time 3 points made in Laker history in a single season.
It's so hard. 2-star players healthy going into the playoffs. To yesterday. And we get gentlemen sweat. Okay, quiet. Thank you, quiet. Is going to be. Oh my god. In all seriousness, this is one of the most interesting spaces I've been in after Lakers season, LeBron era. And it's funny because it's like directly diametrically opposed to how I felt last year. Where like last year it sucked getting swept in the conference finals, but going to the conference finals felt like riding a high. Because like after the trade, we looked good, but like our realistic expectation was like, oh, we're really good now. Let's like get a play-in spot, get some playoff experience with the squad, and then retool and come back. So like to end that moment, Rui Hachimura destroyed the Grizzlies. Austin Reeves go crazy on the Warriors, and then us get to the conference finals. I was just like, what's going on? Like what? Like, you know. And so at the end of that, I was like, you know, that sucked, but like, like, hey, we made a run. Like, that's what's up. Like, the Lakers are back. AD, LeBron, playoffs mode are back. Like, because it had been so long, obviously. So in this year, I'm like, it was a whole year of waiting for it to click.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a season full of like holding on to hope that like it's gonna click one of these days, like one of these weeks it's gonna click. And it's crazy because I first stage was just waiting to just look how we looked in the playoffs last year. Like a lot of this season was spent just waiting to look even that good, let alone get better from that, right? And the closest I ever felt, the closest I ever came to like really chatting about the Lakers, this is going to sound corny, but yes, the in-season tournament. And not because we won the in-season tournament, because no, I'm not jacking that. But it was how we looked. It was how we were playing. We were healthy. That was the only time in the year we had 1 to 12 healthy. And the way we looked, I was like, yes, that is the team that went to the conference finals. And I was like, now the rest of the season from this point is trying to get better than this.
Breaking news. Magic forced Game 7.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Hey, Magic, go ahead and send Donovan home so he could sign with us quicker.
He going to the Nets probably. I'm not even gonna lie.
But so like my mindset at that point of season in December was like, all right, now the rest of the season is dedicated to trying to get better than we are right now and trying to look like this against the Nuggets and the Celtics. Right? Like that was my mindset in December. And then we just got progressively worse. We got like we just went on losing streak after losing streak for all of the winter. And you look up and it's February, March, the D'Lo trade rumor era was like gut-wrenching. And then in March on, you're like, okay, now we have to claw our way to the playoffs. And it was just like, how did like in December, I was like, we were the third seed in the West. And it was like, okay, like this is the team we are. Like a year together with the same squad, we go from playing conference finals to like 3-4 seed in the West. That makes sense. Right? Like now it's like, can we get to be like as good as a 1-2 seed? Or do we just try to do this from the 3-4 spot and hopefully like catch another level in the playoffs? And it just went the opposite direction. And so that was frustrating and confusing. And so at the end of this year, even in this series, it was like that was the microcosm in every game. Like that's exactly the trend of how every game went. Top of the game looked like a very good team. First quarter, second quarter, getting out to 20-point leads, 10-point leads, dudes making shots, playing great defense and rotating, executing game plan, executing motion offense, looking like a really good team that's missing just a little something. And then in the second half alone, it's just like all of that goes away. And Denver doesn't change up much.
They just keep doing what they're doing. It was always us that stopped doing what we were doing. We just stopped doing what was working. And so when the season ended that way, it was like, yeah, that's what that season was. Like flashes of looking like could be a pretty good team, but needing a little more, but never being able to even sustain that. And most of the time being mediocre. And you're just left with questions of like, why was that? Right? Like the typical why were the Lakers bad questions of like poor roster construction or health. It's like that's how it looks because we had injuries and because dudes didn't play well. But when you really sat and look at the roster, it's like that wasn't a bad roster. And like we had some bad health troubles, but considering AD, Bron, and Reeves were healthy for most of the season, you can't really even say like health was like a torpedo to the season. And so you come down to, I know it sounds corny and it's a scapegoat tactic, but it does ultimately, and most informed intellectual Laker fans come down to this, it came down to coaching at the end of the day. There was a stat that showed there was like 6 of the most frequent Laker lineups that played together in the season and their net rating plus how many minutes they played together. There was a lineup of 5 of players that were mostly healthy all year that were a plus 17.9 net rating as a squad. Of the 5 squads measured, they played together the least minutes. I don't know how you rationalize that other than bad coaching. Y'all could jump in at this point. Like, there's no other way you can explain that. Like, there's a track record and recorded data that there is a team, and that's what I used to say. I said to a lot of fans, and I even said to my dad all season, yo, there's a Western Conference Finals team in this team, and Darvin Ham refuses to play him. Like, we didn't even go to the lineup from last year's playoffs until February. They didn't play one game as starters together until February, and then they went 19-7.
Cam Reddish was playing a lot of minutes early.
Like, Taurean Prince been a bench player his entire life. Sorry, no, not his entire life. He was going crazy at Baylor. And quiet as kept, he was the best role player I shouldn't say he was the most consistent role player in the playoffs when he was in his natural spot as a bench guy, as a 6 or 7 man. But he was playing 38 minutes a game, some games, a lot of games. There was a stat that said when Taurean Prince plays 20 minutes or less, we were like 20-2. And when he plays 25 minutes or more, we're like 7-18. Like, I know a lot of stats get thrown around to criticize coaching, but it's like all these stats in combination, like, just point to terrible decisions, like just awful decisions. I mean, and we can get into like not calling timeouts and the hands in the pockets and all that stuff. But I think, I thought the first year after the bubble was wasted because of AD's injury. I thought that team was good enough to win back to back. And if AD doesn't break his back, basically, we win that year as well. I think we beat that Bucks team. I do. I think we beat that Bucks team. I mean, that team was fire. Like I think we beat that Bucks team. The year after that and the year after that is injuries. It don't matter, and the Russ fiasco. This year felt like another waste again, but a waste of potential because we just never made it. Do y'all have any thoughts?
Yes. Yes, I do. That's my mix. That's my thoughts. Let's go mix. But anyway, no, honestly.
I'll hold the L.
It shouldn't be an L. You're from New York. Anyway, here's the thing, though, right? It's hard. Okay.
To say goodbye?
That's a fact. It's okay. Last year you got swept last year, and you got one this year. But last year you actually pushed the Nuggets harder than you did this year, right?
I completely disagree. We were beating them for the majority of the games. They just simply beat us.
Yeah,
They
but
just
I feel
simply
like-
beat us
I
in
knew
5-minute
they weren't
stretches
gonna
each
win,
game.
though.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but I definitely didn't think we were winning any of those 4 games in last year. Like I was hoping to win. Like in those 4 games, I was hoping to win. In these games, I was like, it looks like we could, but I don't think we will.
But here's the thing, though, right? Last year, it's not about you're thinking about it from a Lakers fan perspective. The Nuggets, I believe, tried harder, had to be sharper last year
Yeah.
to beat you guys.
I agree with that.
This year,
Interesting.
it looked like they were lollygagging through the whole game. And then when
It
did I
Nuggets
go?
are
it
not
felt
playing the best
disrespectful.
basketball.
It
Yes.
felt
They
disrespectful.
They were not playing the best
honestly.
basketball by far.
Yes.
Like the way they would just be like, all right, let's play good for these next 7 minutes and then beat them.
Yes.
I was like, fuck. Like, yeah. Like when you play pickup and you on that team, like, all right, yo, let's play now. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly
oh
what it is.
God.
But the thing is, for them to be able to do that, just shows you you're not better than them, and there's nothing Darvin Ham could have done. Now,
that's not true.
hold on, wait. He could have done things to make it more competitive.
Wait, can
But
I
there's
pause you
nothing-
there? Can I just pause you there? Because I
Go ahead.
don't think that's true. Because I don't think if a different coach was over there, that the Nuggets are gonna play differently. I think the Nuggets played with their food this series, and a better coach would have taught them why you can't do that. And I think Mike Malone knows that, because Mike Malone knows huddles. He would say to them like, "Yo, y'all are wilding right now. Like, if there was any coach of competence over there, there's no way these 20-point leads are getting blown." So that's my thing. If the Nuggets do that crap against us with a veteran coach and a talented coach, they don't get to escape those games.
But they wouldn't even have those games. After
Why?
the
You
first
think if
game-
there's a real coach over there, they're not going to do that?
No, I'm saying if it was after the first game, you might steal that first game. After that, the Nuggets are on point.
Yeah.
Are you
Because
sure?
you
Are
guys are
Are you
pressuring.
sure? Are you?
Yeah.
You think if we win game 1, they automatically like shape up?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, 100%.
Yes.
If Nuggets lose game 1 at home, yeah, I think they should.
But
Yes.
then what happens? Because now we up 1-0. We already stole home court. So say they win game 2. You think we can't go home and at least get one of them, and then it's 2-2?
I don't think you guys are in the same class as the Nuggets. So no, I don't. When the Nuggets really try, see, here's the problem with the Lakers, in my opinion, right? The Lakers, it's hard to coach a LeBron James team. And it's not necessarily just because hold on. It's not necessarily just because of LeBron is LeBron and one of the greatest ever, and he's a coach on the floor, and it's not just that. It's because even in year 21, he is still a monster, and he is still a guy that you want the ball in his hands, right? So the best LeBron James teams that I see, they have great shooting around him. And I'm not just talking about guys who can shoot. I'm talking about shooters. Guys who that's all they do. They don't need the ball in their hands. You have one other guy that's making plays, right? And then, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you got one other guy that's making plays, right? Maybe a 6-man or a starter that complements LeBron,
Okay.
right? And then they play good defense. That's what it is. And
What about the bubble
LeBron,
formula? The bubble formula was a little different than that.
the bubble formula was a little different, but I think the bubble formula was a little different, right? But I think that's why I call it a Mickey Mouse chip. I think they just were just so much more talented.
We were on a 60-game win pace in the regular season. We beat all the top teams that last week before the world shut down. Like
Right. And then you go into an arena where there's no home court.
What team do you think would you? Because everyone does this. What team do you think was gonna beat us if pandemic doesn't happen? Please tell me what team that would have been.
Good
I don't know
question.
if there is a team
That's
that
a
could
good
have beat
question.
you guys, but I'm just
So
saying.
then why do we do that? So thank you. I'm so happy you said that on record. I'm so happy you said that on record because that pisses me off about that Mickey
That's
Mouse
a
stuff
good
that everyone
question,
does.
bro. I never
No
think
one
to
ever
ask
asks
anybody
that question. Everyone always says,
That's
"Oh,
a
Mickey
very good
Mouse."
question.
I want to pose to all of you. Okay, then tell me the team that was going to beat us. Then
I'm saying you guys were just destined to win. It was an easy chip. That's what I'm trying to say. Easy chip. You guys had a lot of. You had Dwight. You had Rondo.
it was
You had
great
80.
team. It was a phenomenal team. Yeah,
A dominant team. Easy chip. And then the conditions made it easier. That's my whole point.
sure.
Right? And then without the whole
Yeah,
point,
so
like,
then
I
let's stay
don't
on that.
know.
Yeah, that formula. I think that was the formula that LeBron and Rob had crafted that made sense for him as he aged. I think that a bunch of stand around shooters while he dribbles is not sustainable for him in his old age. His usage
Why
rate
not?
can't be that high anymore.
I think-
Because the league has absolutely stopped giving him the superstar whistle on drives. They don't care anymore.
Yeah.
They absolutely don't care anymore. So all that driving, a lot of teams are not even sending help anymore. They're just saying whoever's big, honestly, just hit him. And they're only going to call it maybe 1 out of every 5 times. Like I've never seen that this place. I've never seen LeBron not be able to do something productive on a drive this frequently. Like usually if LeBron James is allowed into the lane, something good happens. And I can't tell you how many times in the course of a game he would drive and it just be a missed layup and he end up on the floor. Like,
because see, you run the risk of ending up like the Heat and play like the Heat, where you just give the ball to everybody else and share the ball throughout the whole year, and then in the playoffs, LeBron dominates.
No, but that's not how the Bubble Lakers played.
That's because they were more dominant. That they had more talent. They had more veteran presence. They were destined to win that chip.
No, I'm just saying that to say that formula could work.
I don't think that formula could work going forward.
Why not?
I think you guys were the Nuggets of that year. That's what I'm trying to say.
Why couldn't that formula still work today?
Because I think right now there are better teams that have better chemistry that you guys need to kind of.
If you put a Dwight JaVale type, I don't know how many of those are still left in the league. To be honest, I mean, if you let Clint Capella is still out there. Everyone's talking about Donovan Mitchell. I high key want to steal Jared Allen from them. I think if you put Jared Allen next to Anthony Davis, we're the number one defensive team in the league. So you put Jared Allen next to him, and then you replace 2 of our small guards with Kuz, Marcus Morris types. Right? Like 6'9" guys that have length, can rebound, and are fairly dependable to knock down a shot. Like, God, I wanted Kelly Oubre watching him this series against the Knicks. I was like, we need a Kelly freaking Oubre.
Yeah, or to
like a 6'7", 6'8" wing guy, athletic.
That's what you'll end up with.
No, definitely not Tobias Harris. Definitely not a Tobias Harris.
You're free agent this year.
Or like a Bobby Portis to play 3.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? Like,
ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Is he mobile enough to do that?
I
mean, he could guard.
I think so.
I'm saying offensive wise, he's our 3. Like, have him spacing to let LeBron post and let AD post. Because then you got a 4 guarding him out there who don't know what he want to do.
Fact.
Right? But then the paint is open. Right?
Like, you have that JaVale type, though.
Yeah, but Jared Allen, we get him out of there. just clear him out. Because that's a lob threat. That's how we work with JaVale. Okay, you want to step over? I'm throwing it right up. Dunk. But so I think that formula can still work. And you need another high IQ ball handler with LeBron.
I agree.
You need a Rondo. It doesn't have to be a scorer. It has to be another person who's playing with IQ. And unfortunately, D'Lo is a great shooter. No. Reeves is playing with great IQ, but not to control the floor. He has great IQ on how to get his bucket. Yeah. And D'Lo can get his bucket with like mid IQ. Like he's like mid IQ bucket getter. Like he's just real shit. He's just smart enough to like on average be a bucket. Like on that's why he's like great year by D'Angelo. It was like on average. Like you averaged 18, you shot 40%. Like on average, you were good. But it was because you were phenomenal some nights and garbage some nights. So on average, you were pretty good this year. Like, but it was because of exactly
point
he
per
was
game average.
right. He was mid IQ. Like there's not one other. I mean, AD sure, but there's not one other like floor controlling high IQ player on the roster. And I think with LeBron, you need one of those.
I think you're better off trading either Reeves or Russell. Choose one, and then
Why those two and not the 14 small guards that we have on the bench behind them?
because those two
Why is Spencer
because those two play the most.
But think about it. Think about Spencer Dinwiddie, Gabe Vincent, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves all split minutes in that series. There is no reason against the Nuggets team why 4 guards are getting heavy minutes. That doesn't make any sense. And they're all under 6'5".
I get that, but at the same time, only 2 of them play heavy minutes like that.
No, that's not true. The 4 of them split the minutes.
Like evenly?
Yes, the 4 of them rotated through the 1 through 3 that series with Taurean Prince and Rui like getting in there.
Okay, great. So you're splitting minutes now, and you have a bunch of guys that all do the same things,
the same
and
exact
don't do the
thing.
same things as well.
Right.
So that's why you really have to trade them too, because now you're just wasting time at that point because you're relying on guys.
Yeah,
you're relying on guys.
Now,
because the Lester ones, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you may not get no value for them. Who's really going to take Spencer Dinwiddie?
But then we have him. Like, here's the thing: the caliber of player he is, I think, is actually perfect for the role he played on the team. It's just the wrong skill set. Like, I'm not trying to get a superstar back. I want like another Spencer Dinwiddie level player in the league. I just want him 6'8".
That's hard to find.
You know what I mean? Like, I just want the 6'8" of the Spencer Dinwiddies left in the league.
Those guys get 70 to 100 mil right now.
I mean, I guess
6'8".
Like, what's Oubre's contract?
I don't think he's making that much, but I'm just saying,
right? Like, what's
if
PJ
he was available right now?
PJ Washington's contract?
PJ, you want PJ Washington?
That's the kind of player I'm talking about.
He's more of a big though.
But I don't care. He's 6'8". I could put you on the wing.
All right.
Because I'm not asking you to do a bunch of dribble. Does Kelly Oubre do a bunch of dribble? No, be athletic, shoot, finish, and guard. That's all Spencer Dinwiddie is doing. Being athletic, shooting, finishing, and guarding, but he's 6'2".
And that's the thing, right? You got Spencer Dinwiddie, losing him doesn't mean much, right? Like that's not that much. He's not that important to the team.
Right.
D'Angelo, you see what D'Angelo will check out if he's not getting the minutes. And then Austin Reeves.
That's why I don't want to trade him, bro. Like if we lose, we lose a lot of value, albeit a lot of problems, but we lose a lot of value if we lose D'Lo. Like, we just get objectively like more trash. Like,
listen, if the Knicks could trade RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly, you could trade D'Angelo Russell.
But look what you got back. If I can get an OG back, that's the exact kind of player I'm talking about. Like, athletic, shoot, finish, guard, 6'7".
D'Lo might be gone, man. He might be too late for that anyway.
If I can steal Pascal from Indiana, if I can steal Pascal, I take him.
I think D'Angelo Russell is worth. That's the next thing too. You could get those type of guys for a Russell or Reeves easily.
I feel like we're getting hosed in a deal like that.
It depends on who you get. Who's out there? This is your team. I'm good right now. I'm not worried about that. I don't know who's out there. I'm not looking.
Like, can we get Markkanen?
I'm talking about the finals.
Like, what if we could steal a Markkanen? You think we got to give up a D'Lo and Reeves to get a Markkanen?
A Markkanen? Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
They value Markkanen high over there. He might be max, honestly.
What about the center?
They might be paying him max.
What about the center?
They're not giving him up. They liked him a lot.
Kessler?
Like, what if we could? Like, I know this man's getting paid buku bucks, but like, what if like a Jeremy Grant gets bought out?
That's what.
That's a good option. That's a good option.
Like, do we have to give up a D'Lo to get Jeremy Grant?
Yes. It's about team fit. It's about team fit.
You might have to.
Oh,
if you lose D'Lo and then start Reeves or something like that, you're all right.
Like, who they got on the Pistons? Who they got on the Pistons? Nah, real talk. That's how I'm thinking. Is like, where are some like long athletic wings? Like, yo, DeAndre Hunter. How much you think it takes to get DeAndre Hunter?
Draft picks.
Right? Like we could drop some draft picks and slide a DeAndre. Oh, okay. Dinwiddie picks. Dinwiddie picks to get a DeAndre Hunter.
They might need Torian Prince back.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! I'm not giving up my 6'5" guy. I only got one of those. Like
oh man!
But like yo, DeAndre Hunter is
6'8",
220, shoot, athletic, finish guard. Like that's what I'm saying. Like DeAndre Hunter, he can't be making that much money, bro. Like we have to be able to go get like a DeAndre Hunter.
You know what though? But
we want to go after Trae Young and DeAndre Murray. Like we want to go after these goddamn guards with names. I want a no-name 6'8" forward.
Nah. Yo, DeAndre Hunter is making 4 years, 90.
Jesus Christ.
That's 22 this year. Nah.
D'Angelo picks.
Yeah, D'Angelo.
I'm telling you.
D'Angelo and picks might get that done.
These guys are making. If you're 6'8" and you're a
Patrick Williams.
Ooh. The Bulls might try and like.
Yo.
I think the Bulls are trying to like.
Someone in the IG comments said Klay Thompson.
I don't need another guard.
6'7". He's 6'7".
I don't need a guard.
Listen, you can play him at the 4.
Torrey Craig. Well, how tall is Torrey Craig?
He's kind of tall. He's like 6'8".
Nah, he's 6'5". Nope.
He's 6'5"?
Yep, can't use him.
He looks big on the court. I'm not gonna lie.
I need a wing player.
Where's O'Neal?
Yes.
No, he's not. He's like 6'5" too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's high keys. Nah, I think he's 6'8".
Nah.
Russell O'Neal definitely 6'8".
He plays. He's like Torrey Craig, I guess. Like you think he's that big, but no.
He's 6'6".
Okay, nope. Can't use him.
Bro, the next man that power forward, bro. Oh my god.
Go for Tobias. I'm not even gonna lie.
The next of them had him at power forward. Ugh.
Tobias. Listen, here's the thing with Tobias.
They'll never give it to him, but like a Herb Jones.
Oh god, yeah, I like that.
Tobias, you're getting you go for Tobias. Put him on the bench.
I don't want Tobias. I need a starter. I need a starting wing.
Who you trying to start? Who's the starters right now?
D'Lo, Austin, Rui. Like, yo, if I could put Rui at like the 2, like if I could bring Austin off the bench, like actually legitimately, not the bull crap that Darvin did. If I could go D'Lo, Rui at the 2 at 6'5", and then a 6'8" 3, and then LeBron AD, bro. Switch everything.
All right.
Switch everything.
Look, okay. I say you gotta trade if you want somebody of value, you gotta get rid of somebody of value.
Do you remember when a starting shooting guard was supposed to be like 6'6"?
Yeah.
And now shooting guards are 6'2", 6'3". Like
back in the days.
Like what are we doing? Like
it's because they're really point guards, really, but you have a non-traditional.
You rolling out there with 2 combo guards.
Yes.
Doing the same thing.
Like in 1997.
Yeah, what are we doing? Like what are we doing? What are we doing? Meanwhile, Michael Porter Jr. is 6'10" playing 3.
Yeah, you low-key the 2 sometimes.
High key the 2, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like I know Bobby Portis at 3 sounds crazy, but like not really. Like
honestly, I think you should go for Tobias because Tobias is versatile. God. As long as I think the problem with Tobias is that he was being forced to play off of Joel and Tyrese.
Does Jay Crowder have anything left?
He's not. He's short. A lot of these highly touted guys are like 6'5", 6'6". It's just that they play bigger than their height.
Oh god.
Like if you had Josh Hart, you would be in a decent position too. But
yeah, but that's because he's the absolute premium at 6'4" in the league. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying there's other guys that are not as good as him that laid the foundation for him, like Jay Crowder. You know what I mean? So,
yo, why the Rockets have to be so special? Their website is the only one that looks any different than other teams. I could take a slightly out of his prime Jeff Green right now. Oh my god.
yeah, that's
like Jeff Green back when he was on the Nuggets.
Slightly out of his prime.
Yeah, like
He's on a precipice
no,
of retirement.
I'm saying I would love if I had a slightly out of his prime Jeff Green right now.
That's
that would be the perfect player.
I think you should go for him.
Oh my god.
Why not? You don't.
Because I can't ask Jeff Green at this juncture to be a starter in the league.
That man's he about to into his head.
Man,
Adonis has some face.
Because we need a starter. We need a starter. We cannot roll him back next season starting Austin Reeves and D'Angelo anymore. We can't do it. We can't start two small guards that can't guard anybody. We just can't. You can't defend that way. You just cannot.
And some D'Angelo's gone. He's a.
I don't know if he's gone. I don't know if
he's player
gone.
option.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's some team that's about to throw a bag at him like that.
Does he want a bag?
Of course he wants a bag.
I mean, everybody wants a bag, but does he require it right now?
Yes.
Because he's made money in his career.
He can't demand a bag, but he wants one.
So if I was him, the way I'm thinking about it right now, if I was him, if I sign with the Lakers, if I take this option with the Lakers, they might trade me.
They might trade you. You might get traded.
You're right.
You are trade bait. If anything in your career,
I want to go.
Yeah, but you might get traded anyway.
No,
you're D'Angelo, bro. D'Angelo is LeBron.
And
D'Angelo, he's been traded. He's never signed a contract. He's been traded everywhere he goes. He's traded.
All the more reason to sign one.
But my point is, it really don't matter if you're thinking you're trying to avoid getting traded because you are a trade asset level player. Like that's what teams use you for if you don't win. So unless you go somewhere and win, you are going to get traded again.
He believes he's going to go somewhere and win.
I don't think so. I definitely don't think he thinks there's any team out there that has a better chance at winning than the Lakers that wants him.
I think he believes that he could go somewhere and produce better than he did on the Lakers.
For winning? Where?
I think so. Yes.
Where?
I gotta think about it.
Define winning.
Nowhere.
Define winning.
Playoff contention. Not championship contention, but playoff contention.
Playoff contention? I'm thinking one team. He can go on the Magic, do nice. They need another scorer.
Whose spot is he taking?
Which one of the two?
Wagner?
Jalen Suggs.
Wagner?
No, you're not taking Wagner's spot.
He got to play the one.
Yeah, it's the
one. That's the problem with the Lakers.
So
who plays the one right now for them? Why am I blanking?
I mean, no, Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony comes off the bench though.
He could take one of these spots.
So you put in Cole Anthony on the bench for D'Angelo Russell.
Doesn't he come off the bench already?
He definitely.
Well, then who plays the one?
Jalen Suggs.
No, I think Suggs comes off the bench. No, y'all are bugging.
Cole Anthony
Markelle and Suggs come off the bench.
Cole Anthony does not start.
We could just look at the box score.
Unless they change it.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it right now.
Look at the box score from tonight.
Because I know for a long time this year
they were trying to figure it out. They definitely switched it up a bunch, but
so it's Suggs and Gary Harris, I think. So you could take Gary Harris, but
wait, Wagner doesn't start?
Wagner's a forward.
Both of them start, I think.
Oh, so it's Gary Harris
both of them start?
And Cole Anthony. Oh, it's Gary Harris and Suggs?
Yeah, he could take Harris' spot.
The Magic are looking to compete.
He could. You're not wrong. He definitely could take Gary Harris' spot. He definitely could.
And depending on what the Heat do.
I'm
Depending on
hoping we
if they
hire
don't get
Kenny.
Paul George.
I'm hoping we hire Kenny and Atkinson as
Yeah,
either
that'd
head
be
or
a
assistant coach, and then just like re-unlock D'Lo.
JJ Redick.
Not gonna happen, man.
Yes,
Not
let
with
me end
LeBron
it. Let me
there.
end it on that. In all the sadness in the morning, my people, I want to raise a toast.
Wait for that, bro.
I want to raise a toast. Darvin Ham is gone, and while I hate to see a black man lose his job, I also believe in black excellence. Even though I also do believe that black people deserve the freedom to be mediocre. I don't believe that
Fact. That's a very good fact.
No, I believe that black people deserve the freedom to be mediocre. Just not for me. I want black people to have all the opportunity to be mediocre anywhere else in life, but not in my spaces. You have to be excellent over here. That's what we're about on this side. So you can go be mediocre for the Nets.
No more of that, please.
You can go be mediocre for the Portland Trailblazers, although Chauncey Billups is already doing that. You can go be mediocre for the Grizzlies, the Rockets, although there's a black man already doing that. The Wizards, go take the Wizards job, go take the Hawks job, go take the Hornets job, go take the Pistons job, although Monty Williams is already doing that. Go take the Bulls job. I'm happy for Darvin Ham to go take any non-black man's job and be mediocre for a team that is at a space and time where it's time to be mediocre. That is never us. So salute to you, toast to you.
Let's go Knicks.
Maybe get Ty Lue. Any final thoughts on like where the Lakers might go with coaching? If he loses this series.
Wait, who? Ty
Lue. If he loses this series.
I thought he wanted to leave. There were reports. There were reports that he wanted to leave.
If they lose this series,
I
mean, he's under contract. He would have to ask to get bought out or traded.
And they did.
We've seen a coach get traded before.
It's still a very weird concept.
I trade D'Lo for Ty Lue. D'Lo, I love you, but I trade you in a heartbeat for Ty Lue, my boy.
D'Lo for Ty Lue was crazy. Suit up too.
All right. Any final thoughts? We got a few more first round games to get through. We'll see who pulls out the fate of the 2010 Stars series. If Luka's gonna be the superstar, the final superstar to put the nail in the coffin. Ant took out KD. Steph didn't even make it. Joker and Jamal Murray took out Bron. Jason Tatum took out Jimmy. Do we think Luka can take out the rest of the decade?
Yeah, all of them on the Clippers.
We shall see.
I think so.
I think if the
Clippers, they're playing right now, actually.
Yeah, I think if the Mavericks, obviously, if the Mavericks win this game, is clipped. Wait, no, who's up? 3-2. Who? Yeah, Dallas. If the Mavericks win this game, is clipped. But I think if they lose this and it goes to Game 7 in LA, it's over.
Yeah, I can see that.
The series is decided tonight. The Mavs have to get this done right now.
I think so. And I want to see the Magic beat the Cavs.
Me too, I think.
I want to see the Magic beat because I don't think first of all, the Cavs are. I just don't like that matchup against the Celtics. They're bigger than the Cavs. Number one. Number two, I don't think that. I think the league has seen the Cavs already. It's like they're good, but you know what I mean. Whereas the Magic,
they're good and not good at the same time. I know.
Right.
They weird.
Right. Whereas the Magic, it could be the same thing, but we don't know yet because they're brand new. So I just want to see something new. I want to see a big team go up against the Celtics too, and let's see how they match up against that size too. You know, and Paolo, let's see how he gets tested. I want to see the Magic. I want to see the Magic go through.
I just want to see Paolo, man. I love Paolo.
Paolo against the Celtics. Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us. We gave you an hour 40 on a Friday night just because we love y'all and we love hoops.
Thanks.
Catch y'all next week. You know who it is. It's Fast Breaks. We out.
Peace.
Come on. It's fast breaks. Listen. We back with another one.
Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet.